doing the events for Custom Chrome. I think my favorite event would probably Myrtle Beach and Daytona. Sturgis would probably be third. I wasn't too crazy about Laconia because you talk about in the middle of nowhere, you know. Oh yeah, Austin, Texas, I went there too. Austin, Texas was awesome. That was like a Republic of Texas rally. Man, I had the best. This guy was just barbecuing off the side of the road. And let me tell you, some of the best barbecue I ever had. I bought my whole crew barbecue. And the guy, I had like $100. And I asked him, I go, hey, how much for all of it? And I forgot what he told me, but I said, hey, look, I'll give you $100. And he goes, okay. Oh, it was great. Yeah, Republic of Texas rally was pretty cool because Austin, Texas is a trip, and this is before everybody headed out there. This was like in 2001, and yeah, it's pretty neat. It wasn't like it looked exactly like San Jose in Texas, you know, because they had all the computer places like Dell. I think IBM was there, but when you got there, you know, when I was a kid, I used to, always watch these movies about Texas and how it was like, you know, ranches and stuff like that. But man, when I went to Austin, downtown Austin was like downtown San Jose or San Francisco, where they have all the clubs and stuff. You know, there was live music everywhere. It was a pretty happening spot. I could see why people in California would move there, because it's sort of a really, really cool part of Texas. I don't know how it is now that all these Californians are over there, but I don't know. If anybody's out there from Texas, you know, how is it since all the Californians moved into Austin? You know, because Austin is very, you know, cosmopolitan. Like I said, it's like any other big city, like San Jose or San Francisco. You know, it's, you know, but at the same time, it's kind of cowboy too, because they have this really huge, I think it was Felice's. I don't know what it was called, but this huge Western store, and I had to go in there, and it was just gigantic. And I love cowboy stuff. You know, I grew up in Salinas, and we had the third largest rodeo, and I always wanted to be a cowboy, you know, like John Wayne or you know, Little Joe on Bonanza. I always chose Little Joe because I was, you know, like smaller, so I think that would have been more fitting for me for being that kind of a cowboy, right? Because he was still pretty cool. Oh yeah, and like Big Valley. Oh yeah, Big Valley actually takes place in the Central Valley, because they're always talking about Stockton, right? So, and Bonanza, they're like, guys, I'm going back, so, you know, like I said, if you're older, you remember these kind of shows. But Bonanza was supposed to be by like Lake Tahoe, right? So there's a lot of like historic cowboy places out around here, you know, all around California, you know, because it is the West, right? And back then it was the Old West. And I always thought like that cowboy, like that gunslinger guy was like the ultimate, man. You know, I love that, you know, like that Clint Eastwood kind of like cowboy dude, like the outlaw Josie Wales or something like that, you know, where he's got like that poncho, you know, and to me he was like a superhero, right? But with guns, you know, and whoever they were fighting, bad guy to bad guy, good guy to bad guy, it just looked really, really cool.